Hey everyone, this is Eric from Beyond the Green Golf. Today's subject, I've gotten a few requests about this, is starting to give you some explanation as to the differences between graphite shafts and steel shafts. In particular, today we're going to talk about irons. These are just two random shafts that I pulled out of my workshop, and one of which is the Dynalite Gold XP that you might see there, and the other one happens to be an Aerotech steel fiber 110 constant weight shaft. So first off, explanation, the Dynalite XP has been around in some kind of a version from the True Temper company for a long time. And this one I just, with the grip on, mind you, so there's, and I would assume only just one layer of build-up tape underneath. With this grip, which I'm going to make a guesstimate is somewhere around 50 grams in total mass for the grip alone. And then with the shaft, that's going to come out to 158 grams is the raw weight of this particular Dynalite XP with the grip-on shaft. All right, for the Aerotech steel fiber, again with the UST Mamiya grip, this is one of those two-piece synthetic leathers. I'm going to guess, I haven't weighed this one, but I'm going to guess it's a little bit lighter than the rubber by maybe about 10 grams, so I'm going to guesstimate this about 40 grams. Okay, this happens to be a stiff flex. The XP is a regular flex. And this one all totaled out came out to 141 grams. Okay, so basically, aside from the specifics, if we're looking at the difference there, 141, minus 158, we're not talking about an awful lot of a weight difference, right? So basically, you're at 17 grams difference between the two. So when it comes down to it, you have steel, you have graphite. As a basic property of graphite, one of the things that it does absolutely superb, and that's why it's used so much in planes and aerospace, is it absorbs a ton of vibration. All right, so with that being said, if you're a golfer who has problems with durability after 18 holes, or sore hands or wrists or back or anything along those lines, the graphite is going to absorb a lot of that vibration that's coming from hitting the ball and the ground and such, that feedback that everybody's always talking about. And it's not going to really transfer a lot of that vibration into your arms, which could make you tired. In particular, again, not at the beginning, but more towards the end of a round. Okay, where steel, if I was to take this grip off and just take a mallet or something along those lines and hit it, you would hear a lot of ringing coming from the steel, especially if you've ever heard anybody drop a shaft. It's quite loud. So imagine all of that vibration now going into your body, which could then wear you out. There's an awful lot of people out there that think that graphite makes you hit it farther and steel doesn't. It's so heavy. Well, again, looking at those two numbers, right, barring the difference between the weights and the grips, which is approximately 10 grams. So that would bring this up if this if this particular graphite shaft had a rubber grip on it, that would be 151 grams. All right, so truly not a big difference, right? Just for a sense of being able to tie it all together for everyone, 1 gram is the equivalent of a $1 bill. So at that point, 10 grams is 10 $1 bills spread out over the entire length of this particular golf club. If we start to talk about weight when it comes to what it does to a golf club itself, as you generally would find if you looked at some specifications of shafts, is that for every 10 grams you'll probably go up or down, or subtraction of 10 grams, you'll go up or down a flex in the golf club, going from a regular to a stiff, or from a senior flex or an A flex up to a regular, or higher, or anything like that. So anyway, that's a real basic side of it. Graphite does not necessarily make you hit it further. It's not loosey-goosey like a lot of people say, oh, it makes you hit it left. Well, maybe early days of graphite when it wasn't built as well as it is now. But I can honestly tell you, I have a set of these 110 constant weights and a set of irons, and I love them. They're great. They feel super, but not to diminish at all. I have another set of steel shafts and another set of irons, and they work fantastic too. So again, the big thing across the board is if it's even a consideration, you should always try to find a fitter or somebody that can help you be able to make a comparison that's fair. So what that means in particular is if you can get the same regular flex, the same stiff flex, one in a steel that you're interested in and one in a graphite, that's an option, and put it together with the same head, and then go out and test it under the same type of conditions, facility, you know, and such, and make an honest comparison. You'll probably find that they're really not that much different when it comes to distance and such. All right. You know, we'll talk about trajectory with shafts in another video, because this, if I was to, this would wind up being a very long video, and we don't want to do that. So anyway, you know, that's some 101 on steel versus graphite. I think there's benefits of both entirely, but get with a fitter, a very good fitter that has lots of options for you to try, and as much as you can, try them side by side in a very, you know, even environment. And then let the clubs speak for themselves, and you know, whatever you feel like you want to do would probably be more than fine. The other thing to keep in mind though, graphite is a titch more expensive than the steel shaft. So from a you know, a finance perspective, it does make a difference, especially when you're doing a whole set of irons. Okay, I hope that's some good information from everybody. I will talk to everybody really soon, and you know, keep those questions coming. I appreciate everything. Okay, have a great day.